Now let me ask you something, Trent. And this to everybody. I love that I paused it right here. The beard or LeBron's dunks? Comment below. Timestamp right below.
Come on, bro.
Alright, man. Welcome back to another video. Hope your day is going good. My day is living in nostalgia right now, man. Where were you back in 2019? And what were you doing in 2019? Yeah, I gave up on the hooping dreams by that point. But you know who I was living vicariously through? That boy James Harden. That 2019 Rockets, man. I don't know if you don't know. That was a legendary team. So right now we're about to react to 2019 James Harden was a human cheat code. So yeah, man. We're about to get into it.
Would you consider 2019 James Harden as one of the greatest offensive seasons in league history? I mean, you have to, right? 36 points per game, 57 30-point games, a month where he averaged damn near 44 a night, and a streak of 32 consecutive 30-point games. It was a historically great season, one that was only made possible by what happened just a year prior. Harden and the Rockets had seemingly cracked the code, up 3-2 in the 2018 Western Conference Finals against the Warriors' juggernaut. And they fumbled it. They lost Game 6 on the road and then collapsed in Game...
I ain't gonna lie, bro. When he said they fumbled it, bro, I was there. This was the last time I ever cared about playoff basketball, bro. And that's why this video means so much to me.
Jay's heart broke his heart.
Game 7 at home, clanking 27 consecutive threes.
I just was about to say it. He missed 27 threes. 27. The whole team. And this nigga missed 13 out of them.
Including a dreadful 2 for 13 for the MVP. No
2 for 13, bruh. Oh my God.
No one wanted to see Golden State back in the finals, but in hindsight, I'm glad it happened because Harden's failure fueled the fire for his ridiculous 2019 season, one that saw the league's best scorer turn into a human cheat code.
I think I found that thunder.
Harden and the Rockets started out the 2019 season the same way the previous one ended, with an embarrassment. They got killed by 19 points at home on opening night, and James scored just 18. Not the best start to a season, and it became a theme. Harden plays well, they lose. 40 and 13, lose. 54, 8 and 13, guess what? They lost. 25, 11, 17 and 6 against a mediocre Dallas team, and they got smoked by 20 points. The Rockets were 9 and 11 to start the season, and the 14th seed in the West. These guys were supposed to be championship contenders. They were just one win away from the finals. But now, they're at the bottom of the standings. And after coming off a 3-game losing streak in mid-December, Harden was starting to get the hint that he'd have to take his game to a different level if he wants his team to win. So in the 27th game of the season at home against LA, he did just that.
Here's Harden up the step and step. Oh, what a move! He set Harden with a deep three. Yes! And the foul! Play by Ball, backing his way, goes to the fadeaway. To get a play for their team. Harden.
50 points, 10 boards, 11 dimes, and a disgusting poster and flex all over JaVale McGee. This was the moment Harden got his swagger back. Just a few nights later, he drills a dagger step-back 3 against Utah to cap off a monster 47-point night. His next game, 35-9 in a win over the Wizards to put them 2 games over 500. However, the very next night in a loss to Miami, Chris Paul injured his hamstring and he'll miss some time. This was a massive blow for the Rockets, but you're telling me James Harden is going to have the ball in his hands even more now? Sign me up, this dude is about to lose his mind.
Yeah.
39-10 in a win against the Spurs, he lights up the Christmas tree against OKC on Christmas Day with 41. 2 nights later, he goes off for a light 45 and 9 threes. He drops off New Orleans with 41, 9 and 6. And on New Year's Eve against Memphis, he sparks some early fireworks with a 43-point triple-double for his 4th straight 40-point game. And Houston is on a 5-game winning streak. James Harden was...
Let me tell you something I always felt with Harden's game, bro. The man has a killer floater. One thing that I try to take from his game, and I translated to mine when I started playing, is use your forward momentum to your advantage. Like, anytime I blow past somebody, don't worry about what you're finna do. Just see the basket and create something. Basically react to how your opponent's playing. And this nigga's floater game, bro, I'm talking about from the fake off the step back, blow past a nigga. The big steps up, he can float it. He floats it so damn much that when he floats it, it's actually a lob. And now that's a fucking alley-oop. Like, the nigga was just so versatile with the same 3 moves. It's crazy.
Breaking basketball and ankles. Jimmy Butler, sauced up. Jamal Murray, goodbye. Actually, you know what? Come back here.
Stupid.
His signature step back was an ankle-breaking machine. Try to force him into the paint, and to everyone's demise, he'll draw fouls like it's nobody's business. Double team him, and he'll effortlessly swing no-look dimes for wide-open dunks. The Beard had the league in a chokehold, and he'd keep it rolling.
But I told you. I said it, bro. All them floaters, he just throw them floaters up so much that it started to just be like lobs now.
In his first game of the new year, because this one was personal. Warriors versus Rockets primetime on TNT. Harden was entering the defending champs' building with a fire unit on standby, averaging over 40 in his last 10 games. And considering these guys sent him home a year ago, the Beard was about to light their house on fire.
Fold? Nah, not yet. This is in the beginning of the year. He killed them. This is the reason I believe that he wasn't gonna lose to it, bro. This game right here. He destroyed KD. Right in his face. And then towards the end of the game, KD steps out of bounds. I remember this game like it was yesterday, bro.
That's insane.
No, watch. They're gonna play it back. I'm telling you. I remember this shit. I'm that traumatized by this shit. I remember being at the TV like, ooh. Bro, look. This nigga out of bounds, bro. That was so wicked.
Good play.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. I mean, how do you miss that?
Oh, yeah, he was clearly out.
This nigga shot over 2 niggas. Straight down. I'm trying to tell you.
James Harden, a flamethrower.
Yeah, man.
Incredible shot. Rockets by
That was that moment, bro. I thought this was some bullshit till we hit that shit.
Harden walked into the champs' building, dropped off 44, 10, 15 plus 10 threes, and shut the lights out with a...
Damn, nigga got a quadruple double. But it's not really because it's 10 threes. The 10 threes don't count as a stat.
Yeah.
But he got a triple
double teamed 30-foot game winner. This was James's 5th consecutive 40-piece and his 11th straight 30-point game. This dude wasn't just on fire, he was an inferno, pulling Houston all the way up to the 4th seed thanks to an 11-1 record in their last 12 games. It was all Harden, and he was just getting the party started.
Now let me ask you something, Trent. And this to everybody. I love that I paused it right here. The Beard or LeBron's dunks? Comment below. Timestamp right below.
Come on, bro.
LeBron or the Beard's dunk?
LeBron.
Why? They have the same dunking style.
No, they don't.
They do.
LeBron be doing crazy shit.
LeBron be doing nowadays. LeBron, I feel like LeBron is trying to challenge himself.
LeBron be doing like windmills.
Bro, in LeBron's peak of his career, anybody listen, timestamp this, and we can have this argument in the comments. But wasn't LeBron the guy in his prime who always did the sidearm tomahawk? That was that nigga's signature.
Yeah,
dunk.
that was his signature.
Exactly. James Harden did the
But
same
his shit just looked more captivating, bro. LeBron more athletic than James Harden.
He is. That's
So he could jump higher. Like, LeBron lied. James Harden, his jump looked good too. It looked good too, but
it's just not as tough.
yeah, like you said, LeBron has a signature dunk.
Yeah.
I don't think James Harden has a signature.
Oh, okay. It's debatable, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. We're gonna continue.
38 in Portland, 32-14 against Denver, 42-11-6 on the Bucks, a 43-point triple-double and a win over the Cavs, and a magical 38-point, 12-assist performance against Orlando to extend his 30-point scoring streak to 16 games. This dude was out of control, and just when you thought he couldn't take it to another level, he does. A 57-point avalanche against Memphis in mid-January, and he follows it up by one-upping himself just 2 days later with a 58-point double-double to extend his 30-point scoring streak to 20 consecutive games. We were witnessing one of the game's greatest scorers at the peak of his powers. His streak was even dubbed the Unguardable Tour, and his next stop was New York City, entering the Mecca on one of the greatest heaters in recent history. And for lack of better words, the Step Back King put on a show.
Harden's going to try to step back here. Trier does it, steps in his way. Boudier will guard him at first. There's the step back. Harden, step back.
I ain't gonna lie, during this 2019 year, this nigga inspired me to come up with all these different variations of step backs, bro. I had to wrap around, the turn around. I was doing a lot of this shit before niggas hyped up a lot of these creative step backs on the internet. And I know it's gonna sound so cliche, like, oh, everybody said they started something before, da da da. But the clips I'm putting up, bro, I've timestamped them. You'll see what years they came out. I really was in the step back bag back then. Nowadays, it's more like, let me just take a regular shot. I'm fucking with you. I still take the step back. I still do it. I just don't do it as much, man.
It's given up to James Harden as the shot clock expires. Not fast in this one. Harden inside layup, count it, and one.
That's what my legs look like, man.
James Harden with
I just can't
61
dunk,
points,
man.
and the Rockets survived.
On a throwdown with 3 seconds left to put his team up 4, James notched 61 points on the night, tying Kobe for the most ever by an opponent at MSG. This dude was a cheat code, and he wasn't getting patched anytime soon. He followed his 60-piece with 35 against Toronto to get the Rockets' record to 28-20 as Chris Paul returned in their next game against Orlando, and it didn't slow him down one bit. Brace yourself. 40, 37, 30, 43, 44, 36, 42, 31, 42, and 30 against the Lakers for his 32nd, yeah, you heard that right, his 32nd consecutive 30-point game of the season. And that's where the streak would end. He'd miss his next game due to injury and score just 28 in his return against Atlanta. Regardless, 32 straight 30-point games is literally historical. It's the second longest streak in NBA history. We hadn't seen anything like this since Wilt Chamberlain nearly 60 years ago. The streak was over, but the team started a new one. The Rockets won 9 straight games to launch themselves from 5th to 3rd in the West with a 42-25 record. A far cry from where they were at the beginning of the season. Houston was finally looking like themselves again, and the Beard was looking better than ever headed into the final stretch of the season. But I mean, this guy wasn't going to enter the playoffs without putting on another show. He erupted for 57, 7-8 against Memphis. but they lost. So 2 days later, he redeemed himself.
Are you kidding me? Harden from the parking lot. Gets it back to Harden. Harden to the basket. Lays it up and in. Steps back and fires. And hits. Harden. Got it. Back-to-back threes. Harden.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful feeling in basketball, bro, when you're in a rhythm and the net, your shots.
Another 61-point performance.
It's such a hard feeling to describe, bro. When you're going through a rhythm and your shots just flowing like the rhythm flick and the net is just responsive, bro. You just hear that. It just does something to you, bro. It just sets you off. It's a hard feeling to describe, bro. But it's that chasing the dragon. If there's a high that I'm chasing by playing basketball, it's that. I'm always chasing that feeling. I wanna get that rhythm going. I wanna feel that high where I'm like everything I flick every time the ball leaves my finger, I know that's butter. I've accessed that shit like maybe like 5 or 6 times while I've played, bro. That's more than some people in a lifetime, you know, but I still want to keep that shit going.
But that wasn't even the best part. With Houston down 6 with just 4 minutes left, Harden absolutely took over, scoring 13 straight points to go up 5 and win the game. It was an MVP level performance. Well, not really, but we'll get back to that in just a second. In the final game of the season, James scored 39 to mark his 57th 30-point game of the year, nearly doubling second place Paul George, while also tallying 28 40-point games, 9 50 pieces, and 2 60 bombs. This dude was the best in the world, or second best actually, because he didn't even win the MVP. Giannis Antetokounmpo walked away with the award pretty decisively, and it lit the NBA world on fire. The belief that Harden was robbed of the award was a common thought. He averaged 36, 6, and 7, carrying the injury-riddled Rockets to the 4th seed while making history. In fact, 3 of the 5 basic statistical categories point to James, and 5 of the 8 advanced metrics point in his direction.
This is gonna be a little bit of a conspiracy. I know I'm not gonna take it too long now, but like, is it possible that they already crafted that Giannis is gonna be the MVP that season? Because look at it, man. The 2K games come out before the season starts. So 2K19 came out before 2K19. It came out in 2K18. Like the ending before the beginning of that year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Giannis was already MVP on the cover. And did they have inside information that he was going to be MVP? Or why was he cover athlete that year?
Yeah, I feel what you're saying.
Yeah, it's almost like they know already what the storyline for the NBA is going to be. You gotta remember, they're partners now. 2K and the NBA,
Mm-hmm.
they're partners now. So it's like it wouldn't be a stretch for them to be like, they made a mistake, and then they'd be like, oh well, yeah, this is gonna be the MVP.
Yeah, boy, it changed the script.
Yeah. Notice that James Harden never got to be on the cover of 2K. But then at the same time, James Harden probably have a bad relationship with 2K because he went and did the EA Live shit. They probably didn't like that.
Yeah, sure enough.
They probably didn't like that. They're like, oh yeah, nigga, okay, we gonna stop you from getting that next MVP then, nigga. Fuck.
As well. The numbers say Harden, the voters do not. It was controversial, but he had to get over it.
So
The
it was
playoffs
about
were
the
here,
votes.
and after what happened last year, the Beard wanted his get
Got
back,
outvoted.
and he would no doubt get his
They
chance.
went with what the people wanted.
Round 1 of the
That's
playoffs
bullshit.
saw Harden and the Rockets face
Come on, bro. The man scored 36 points a game. I don't give a fuck what Giannis is doing. Giannis has help. Giannis had his brother.
As you see, it's not about points. It was about the votes.
No, but
People's
if a nigga
opinion.
carried, no, but the better storyline is who's doing the most for his team. That's a real MVP. That's a storyline.
Yeah.
I had to score 36 points in order to get us to the playoffs. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Without me, this team would not even be there.
People don't care about that.
That's crazy as fuck.
How to get the fans what they want, bro.
That's wild as shit, dog.
Face off against a second-year Donovan Mitchell in the Utah Jazz, and the outcome was predictable. I mean, look at how Rubio was guarding James in Game 1. That is not a winning strategy. The Rockets blitzed them by 32 points, and Game 2 was the same. Harden took off for a 32-point triple-double, they win by 20, and they're up 2-0 headed to Utah. Houston squeezed out a 3-point win in Game 3 behind a lackluster performance from Harden, and it was wraps. Utah threw one last punch with a win in Game 4, then Harden stuffed the stat sheet to close it out in Game 5 to win
Play defense. Let me let Trent watch that one.
Bro,
Game
that's
4.
the old
Then Harden
James
stuffed the stat sheet to close it out in Game 5
That's the
to win the
old
series
James.
at
He was in
home,
his prime.
which leads him directly
Yeah,
to a
you're
second-round matchup against the team that's tortured him for the last half-decade. Warriors vs. Rockets was the rematch Harden and the entire basketball world so desperately craved. The Beard and his squad were foaming at the mouth for revenge after what happened in 2018. But in Game 1, they were reminded that these are the Golden State Warriors. Harden went off for 35 points, but in a tight game, the efficiency just wasn't there. Steph Curry cashed in a dagger 3 with 24 seconds left to ice the game and take the lead in the series. And in Game 2, Golden State took care of business once again to go up 2-0. Harden was solid, but they'll need more from him if they want any chance against the defending champs. And Games 3 and 4 back home in Houston seemed like the perfect place to turn up.
Harden, step back
Ooh.
three. Harden, the drive, floats it up, shots good. The Rockets will get the overtime win.
13-1, 24.
Houston stroke, look how far this one's. Oh my goodness. Step back, three, got Get the two.
You know,
How in the world?
this nigga's ability to float in any distance. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Remember what I said in the beginning of the video? His ability to float the ball in any situation just opens up the whole game. That is why Trae Young and Luka have been making the names they've made in the NBA. They stole James Harden's whole flow. The step back, the float in any situation. Even John Morant kind of does it now, but he kind of adds his own, like, because he's a flashy player, he does his own thing. But it's a template that them boys have all stole. Fuck a mid-range shot. I can get a float. And with a float, I could use it anytime I want. Look how close the nigga was to the basket before he floated that shit in.
Yeah.
He didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
But when you're that comfortable with the float, bro, you can do it anytime.
Tight in a hurry.
The Beard was a flamethrower in Games 3 and 4, frying the champs for 41, 9, and 6, and then cooking them again for a 38-point double-double and a 4-point win to tie the series at 2.
Shout out to you, bro. You made my dog look like a goat, bro. Because every time they talk about this playoff performance, oh, James Harden disappeared. James Harden didn't do what he was supposed to do. Look at it. The proof is there. 38. 39. He tried, nigga.
Game 5 back in the Bay, though, was critical. And through the first half, it looked rough for Houston. They found themselves down 20 points late in the second quarter.
Yeah.
So, the Beard cranked it up a notch. He lit it up with a 12-point third quarter to get his team back in the game. And late in that third, they caught a break. Kevin Durant suffered a calf sprain on a jump shot, forcing him to leave the game and be listed as out for the rest of the series. The Rockets had a golden ticket sitting right in front of them. The only question is, will they cash it in? Well, the quick answer is no. It was Golden State who answered the call, coming up with clutch buckets late to take a 3-2 lead in the series. Once again, Harden played well with 31 points, but it just wasn't enough. So, as he entered Game 6 at home with his back against the wall, he came out firing. The Beard put up a massive 14-point first quarter to set the tone for his squad, but it stayed tight as they took a KD-less Warriors team tied into the second half. And that second half is where their season would end. The Beard's nemesis went ballistic for 33 points in the final 24 minutes, sending Harden and the Rockets home once again. In a season that saw him eviscerate teams like very few players ever have, the outcome was the same. Although it ended in heartbreak, 2019 Harden legitimately changed the game of basketball, so much so that it wouldn't be known until years later. The rule changes and the ever-evolving art of drawing fouls is all because of one man. Love him or hate him for it, 2019 Harden gave us a season that will forever be etched in history. I mean, for a while there, he was averaging 35. Or actually, you know what? Take it from here, Stephen A.
He's averaging 40! He's dropped 35, 29, 50, 32, 47, 35, 35, 39, 41, 45, 41, 43, 44, 38, 32, 42, 43, 38, 57, and 58. Do you understand what you're witnessing?
Hey, W video, man. My dog James Harden didn't get enough credit. You know what I'm saying? Dog James Harden didn't get enough credit, man. That's a W vid, man. It brought me really back to that time. It also made me relive that heartbreak. I ain't gonna lie. I was mad, bro. That was the last time I was ever really a fan of any NBA team, bro. I'm still going for the Heat, you know. I live in Florida, so I'm default. I'm going for the Heat. Last time I had an NBA team, like, come on, Rockets. I mean, Jalen Green might be bringing the Rockets back. Who knows? Who knows? I might be on Jalen Green right now. You know what I'm saying? That boy, he talented. But we gonna put it up. We was on James Harden. Shout out to this nigga with the vid. It was a good video. TRaw, close him out for me.
Yeah, man. Shout out to James Harden. But we all know that legacies are determined on rings.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So if he ain't getting no ring, you know, he could still be considered as one of the greats.
Yeah, he still
But
dropped
he never
historic
gonna
numbers.
be the greatest.
Yeah, he can't enter the greatest all-time conversation.
Yeah,
He's just a great bucket getter.
yeah, for sure.
That's what he'll end up being.
Oh yeah, he always gonna be that.
Yeah,
That boy Mr. Buckets.
for sure. Y'all already know. Follow the socials below. Binge all the rest of the videos on the channel. Comment below if you like these basketball videos. We're bringing back some more. But anyways, man, without further ado, you already know. We out.